Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends that have joined us for this video today. And today we're going to talk about logging. And logging is a way of sending out messages, okay, to people during the course of your program's operations, okay. And here, before we do the reading, there are different levels of logging or messaging. Think of it as messaging. There's messages that have to deal with debugging. Okay, you're developing a program. This stuff gets pulled out before it goes into production. This is just ways for you to keep track of what's going on in the program. Like how I use the print statements in the output in these examples so that we have some kind of idea what's going on. And then there's the informational messages you might want to keep track of, like going, hey, it finished successfully, or like, we looked and we couldn't find it. Then there's warnings. Okay, something went wrong, but we're going to, continue working, right? And then there's an error. Oh, it's a little bit more serious than a warning. Here, something bad happened. And then there's the last one, critical. In other words, you can't finish whatever it was that you were planning to do, so you have to shut the program down and figure out what went wrong. Now, with that said, let's see how well the computer explains this concept to us.
The logging module offers a full-featured and flexible logging system. At its simplest, log messages are sent to a file or to sys.str.
All right. There we go. We import it. We send out a couple of messages, and we've got this in some sample code. We'll go through it. All right. Okay, keep talking, baby.
By default, informational and debugging messages are suppressed and the output is sent to standard error. Other output options include routing messages through email, datagrams, sockets, or to an HTTP server. New filters can select different routing based on message priority, debug, info, warning, error, and critical.
See, it's like you're sending messages, and here are the different ways you can send a message. I'm sure you could actually even send yourself an email or a text if you wanted to.
The logging system can be configured directly from Python or can be loaded from a user-editable configuration file for customized logging without altering the application.
I have no idea what that was all about. Well, maybe we'll figure it out later as we continue with our studies. Okay? All right, with that, let's go ahead and move over and take a look at the sample code and run it and see what happens. And here we are in the sample code. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna keep this stuff in here for my template. See, oh yes, so you want to create a template. Have you noticed that? How everything looks the same? That's because I just copy and paste it in over and over again, and then just change the number and the message. Okay, you're gonna learn to love that little technique. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this in the code from now on because I think it's kind of useful when we're working with these files. Okay, and then we import the logging module library, and then we go ahead and do a couple examples. And of course, these guys are ignored, right, per the document, and these are going to send us a message. All right, well, cool. Now, of course, you would stick these inside the code throughout your logics at the critical moments or places. Okay, with that, let's run the code and take a look at the output. All right, little ones. Here we've run the program. You see the little messages I have in there to kind of let us know where we're pointing in the file directory. The debug and the info messages were ignored per the manual. And then we have the warning, the error, and the critical, as we were to be expecting. Anyway, with that, the lesson is done for today. Go out and have some fun. Try not to get in too much trouble, and we'll see you in the next video.